Hey guys, so I'm back and we're going to do the fifth video in our Algebra 2 series, and that's over solving systems of linear equations. And this video should be more like a review video because this has been thoroughly explained in Algebra 1, but let's get to it. So what does it mean to solve a system? So that means you're finding the point of intersection. So the solution is an ordered pair. And remember to always write your solution as an ordered pair. And the possibilities is one point of intersection, no points of intersection, and that's when the lines are parallel, and infinite points of intersection. And that means they're the same line. And there are the methods to solving a system. One's graphically, two is substitution, and elimination, and then substitution. Okay, so solving graphically. So once you have these two equations, right? Y minus x equals 3 and y plus 2x equals negative 3. What you want to do first is make this a y equals equation. So just isolate y. So now you have y equals x plus 3 and y equals negative 2x minus 3, right? And then you graph, and the point of intersection is the solution. And if lines are parallel, there is no solution. So with the graph on the on the right, you can see that the green and red lines have a point of intersection, which is done in pink, as you can see. And coordinate wise, it's negative 2, 1. Okay, so solving using substitution. So first, what you want to do is solve either equation for one variable in terms of the other, and then substitute that variable in the other equation and solve. And then that should either get you your x or y value. And once you have that, substitute that value into one of the original equations to find the value of the second variable. This may sound confusing at first, but let's go through a problem, and it may make more sense. So you have the equations 2x plus 3y equals negative 7, and then x minus 4y equals 13. So the first thing you want to do is solve for a variable. So the second variable, we just solve for x. So you have x equals 4y plus 13, right? The second step is to use the 4y plus 13 as x and plug that into the other equation as shown here. So the x here is now 4y plus 13. Then you solve for y. And this is just some algebra. You distribute, combine like terms, then divide. And then you get that y equals negative 3. Once you have y equals negative 3, you can use that. You can use the negative 3 as your y value. And you can do this in the other equation and solve for x that way. So x, this case, equals 1. And always remember to put your solution as an ordered pair. So 1 comma negative 3. Now solving using elimination is first write the equation in standard form. So with the variables on one side and the number on the other. And arrange the equations so that they kind of line up together. Or they line up together and that one of the variables can add up and cancel each other out. Then add the equations to eliminate one of the variables, and then solve for the remaining variable. Then use substitution to find the value of the other variable. This may sound confusing into words, but let's do a question with it. So on the left problem, number 1, you have x plus y equals 7 and 2x minus y equals 5. And as you can see, the y's, if you add them together, will cancel out. So they are already what you call additive inverses. So you just add them together. You get 3x equals 12. So x equals 4. Now you can use this 4 and substitute it back into one of the equations and solve for y. You get y equals 3 if you do that. And if you do it in the ordered pair form, you have y equals 4 comma 3. My bad. Now, With the other equation, the other system on number 2, you have to organize it a bit first. Like so, where the variables on one side and the numbers on the other, right? Then you force one of the variables to be additive inverses. So in this case, you multiply the top by 2. So like so, multiply the bottom by -3, and make sure to do that for all the numbers. And you can see that the 6 and the -6 cancel out. So you're left with x equals -1. Then substitute that back into the one of the equations. So you have 2y equals -3 times -1 minus 1. You solve, and y equals 1. So what you can do now is just put it into the ordered pair form, and you're done. So it's not too bad, right? System of equations, but you've already done this in Algebra 1. So hopefully this is a nice quick review, and see ya in the next one.